Hello everyone, this is Charlie and this is another edition of Charlie's Review. Today is May 10th, 2015, Mother's Day. So to all of you moms out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Um, so this week I got the chance to read two different versions of Superman. I got Superman number 40, which is the only book from 2 weeks ago that I didn't get. So I finally got the chance to get it with the new books. And, of course, we got the Convergence Superman number 2. Um, so two different versions, the post-Flashpoint and the pre-Flashpoint Superman. Um, so let's get on with the reviews. First off, Superman number 40, which sets up the whole the whole Lewis reveals Superman's identity, which I will not comment anymore because I've commented on this, quite a bit. As for the story itself, I liked it. It was a fun story. Pretty much, it's Superman hanging out with the Justice League, and at the same time, it was rather odd as the way the league is interpreted here. I mean, you got Batman joking around with Superman and the rest of the league, uh, and it's pretty much the same thing as the previous issue, which is Superman still exploring and experimenting with his new power, the super flare, and the fact that it takes away his powers for 24 hours. And it seemed like in the last issue, uh, trying to experiment being human. So both issues are very, very similar, almost alike. Both issue 39 and issue 40. But over on CBR, in comic book resources, they did a really interesting article saying that issue 39 is the DC way of telling that story, and this being the Marvel way of telling the story, which I found interesting. But it is true. The way Geoff Johns wrote the whole experience with Clark hanging out with Jimmy is it still treats Superman as an icon, and that's one of the main differences between both companies. This is more about the icons, the almost godlike figures that their superheroes are, while the Marvel characters are more down to earth, human, fallible characters. Um, and this is what you really get here in this issue. The fact that, the way Jimmy sees Superman number 39, he learns Clark, his best friend, is Superman. He's still in awe of the of him. He's Superman. He's this big, powerful, almost godlike figure, and the way he handles the situation with the hostage situation. Right at the end of the book, again, the criminal was much more frightened of Superman, because he's still this big, powerful figure. Here, you really don't get that. Here, you see the interaction between the league as being much more human, much more like much more relatable. Like just friends hanging out and joking and having a good time. Uh, they're all humanized. They're not this big iconic characters. They're people. There's a scene when Clark wakes up after having the whole drinking beer experience. He's got this hangover, and when he ends up an emergency, he has his beard's growing. He is with a headache. He's brushing his teeth before he goes and stops the bad guy. He still can't fly, so he falls, and apparently he's limited to just jumping, like the Golden Age Superman, he was in the early days of the post Flashpoint universe. Um, and when he faces these criminals, they aren't afraid of him. They're not in awe. They actually attack him, and it's more the way you might see heroes being treated in the Marvel universe. And the fact that John Romita Jr. wrote this, this is his first attempt at writing, but his whole career has been has you know was at Marvel. That he spent a good 30 years working there, drawing I think every Marvel character, and dealing with the writing of Marvel characters. That whole experience is still with him, and he brought that into a DC book. Uh, so I really found it very interesting. Just seeing. I mean, like I said, Batman. Joking around. That's really not the way Batman is. He doesn't joke. He doesn't smile, and yet the whole interaction with the Justice League is so relaxed and so different than a DC writer would write that. The way Geoff Johns would write it, for example, would be completely different than the way John Romita wrote it here. So I really, like I said, I really like the story. Like I said, Convergence Superman number 2. So this is a very different Convergence book. Um, there's it picks up where the last issue left off. Dan Jorgens all writes and draws this issue, and basically with this first splash page, we get caught up on what's been going on. So there's no big fight. It picks up from last issue. Superman fighting Captain Thunder, Abin Sur, and Cyborg. The subject one, the his Superman's Flashpoint counterpart, has taken Lewis, and he takes him to the Batcave because she's about to give birth to their to her child. So Superman, with the help of Jimmy, is able to um, end the fight with these Flashpoint characters. Uh, and basically, Superman goes home. He's there. He happens to meet him and explains him the situation. Who uh, subject one is, who this Batman is. Uh, he goes to the Batcave, and basically the rest of this is just Superman giving birth to his and Lois's child. Nothing big. It's going on. It's very. It has a heart. The story has a heart. It's despite the fact of all this other craziness going outside, he's there, to help Louis give birth to their child, and yeah, I mean, completely not what you'd expect. This being Convergence, this being the fact that cities are pitted against each other. Superman, you know, doesn't really care about that. He'll handle it, of course. He'll come, but this moment, you know, is even much more important than going out there and fighting. Um, so you know, really nice story. I don't know really else what else to say about it. It's really worth picking up. We also get the preview for Doomed by Scott Lobdell, which I actually found what I read of this 8-page short story uh, a very interesting concept. Uh, it seems like it might be a fun book. Um, Certainly has some of that Spider-Man vibe, I guess. Misunderstood hero, I guess. Is the way to put it. But I don't think I'll pick it. I might check it out, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll pick it up regularly. Um, Convergence Justice League. So the all-female Justice League goes to Atlantis to try to rescue Mira. Um, so the Aquaman from the Flashpoint Aquaman and his army are take the team relatively easy. Uh, Supergirl really shines in this book, cause once both Zatanna, Jesse Quick, and Jada are taken down. She just comes in to give Aquaman a fight. Uh, but apparently, Aquaman had the time to make or create or recreate the effects of kryptonite, take Supergirl down. Apparently, he also forced Vixen to kill herself, but I'm not really sure if that happened. There's something in the dialogue, and yeah, she shoots herself, but apparently not in a lethal way. I mean, I think some reviews might say she did. I read a review where it said she did, but apparently the dialogue says differently. It was a good ending. Kazmira sort of uses her feminine wiles, seduces Aquaman just enough to stab him, and enough she actually stabs him, leaves him there, and to die. And apparently, Mira's expecting, um, sort of like his control over the situation is dying, uh, and you get him sitting there. So we got some sharks over here. So it never made clear if he dies or the sharks come, whatever. Um, I actually enjoyed it. Supergirl, I think, shown in this issue. I mean, she just, even if she was taken down and you know the rather uncharacteristic characterization of Mira, where she's more of a victim, sort of gets redeemed at the end. Uh, But yeah, I really liked it. Anything with Supergirl, I like, and I really like this book. Then there's the whole backup where they preview Detective Comics. I really didn't get that story of what what's going on in it. Um, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, good. And Rachel Rising number 33, the only indie book I got. Another enjoyable issue. People should really pick it up. Apparently, a new character is introduced in this issue. One thing, I mean, I like this book, but one thing I've always seemed to have problem with Harry Moore is, I mean, besides the fact that the books comes out every 2 months, I think. Uh, Sometimes I feel like I'm missing something. Uh, I like the book; it's great, but sometimes things happen that leaves me scratching my head. Uh, like I said, a new player is introduced here as well, but it really took me a while to sort of get it. But still, one of my favorite books to pick up. So yeah, that's it. Sorry if I'm a little scatterbrained today. Um, I really need to take more notes on the books. But yeah, it was really interesting reading two different versions of Superman. Uh, so um, yeah. Oh, tomorrow's my birthday, so I really don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm thinking of going to the shop, or when I go to the shop this week, to pick up a few books. Because I actually sent the shop some Superman books I didn't see last week, so they're really get back new back issues, if you will, books, that I haven't that I didn't see last time around. A lot of books from the 2000s that uh, I hadn't seen. I mean, I can find a few books from the 90s, but books from the years of the 2000s, the more recent stuff from the past decade, are really hard to come by. I'm actually been thinking of probably going on eBay and getting something as well. Not too, you know, convinced of doing that because of the exchange rate. Um, Books are actually getting kind of expensive, for me, with the conversion, you know, so, a $13 book, for example, or a $2 book, $3 book might end up, costing me a lot more, shipping as well, high shipping costs, you know, so I'm actually thinking because I really want to get a couple of books I haven't found here. Uh, but hopefully I'll have a bit of a little birthday haul to show next time. So it's almost 20 minutes of me talking. So until next time, keep smiling.